Welcome today to a new game that I am playing. Welcome to a cottage story. Today we'll be actively playing as an apothecary in a magical forest, just because the fact is I forgot that I had this game and it looked fun. Now, I believe this is the full game. I am honestly not 100% sure. We do have a lot of keys though we can actually press. So, I have to probably go through that in a little as well. Well, we have all this as well. Gotta love Empire. They're really good for story games like this. Okay, let's get started. We get a choice. Take a name and hit enter. We can just choose to. Eyes a nice touch. Huh. Okay. Emery. No, I am Druga. Yes. Enter. Personally, I don't really care what people call me as pronouns. It's my personal preference. I guess middle, since I've been called he, him a lot. So, there we go. Example, I'm looking for Druga. Did you see him? I last saw him picking weeds by the river brook. That's fine, yeah. That's fine, yeah. And if we go back into here, we have help. See, V for self-voicing. Okay. Take screenshot, that's nice. Okay. You can skip dialogue with tab. I'm gonna have to avoid pressing buttons. Got it. And okay, so return if we press V. Self-voicing, press V to disable. Okay. This is the extended demo of Cottage Story, which now includes the beginning of Act 2. Okay, this would be good to act this then this is a demo. So it'd be good to actually see if this is interesting enough to actually potentially go out and buy. That's fun. Okay, this includes the beginning of Act 2. Would you like to skip to Act 2? No, I've never played. Act 1. Okay, so then press V again to disable that. Okay, so there's a read off after this. I never should have taken the forest as a detour. First my day, then my car. What else could go wrong today? What? We got hit in the head. Everything's dark. Where did that ledge come from? Nope. Okay, we're just clumsy then. The forest is so dense, I can't see anything. Ow, my arm. This is bad. I can't get up. With some effort, the man opens his eyes and tries to crawl. He grips his right arm, and his fingers come up wet. When his vision adjusts, he sees red. Fuck. Good reaction to being hurt. Huh? Has that always been there? So we're an apothecary that lives in the middle of the woods that only appears when you need us. Wouldn't that just be convenient? There is a cottage just across from the man. It's surrounded by flowers and flora, like something out of a dream. Okay, I'm still curious. It said toggle self-voicing, no internet. That's not going to help. Here. Okay, so I don't think it's going to really matter then if I have it on or off. Smokestacks bellow from the chimney. It's so well tended to. It's uncanny. It reminds the man of his grandmother's house. If his grandmother decided to live 10 miles into uncharted woods. The man rises to his feet by using the boulder to leverage himself, but there's a noticeable limp in his gait. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Looking around, he walks closer. with his good arm waving in front of him to make sure this isn't a fatigue-induced delusion. A pleasant aroma like a meadow of flowers emanates from the cottage. It beckons the man. He can't read anything on the sign. There are symbols he's never seen before, and he hopes he isn't trespassing. How is it possible that this is here? It's too good to be true, but it's not like he has other options. To be honest, just opening would be rude. Try knocking. The man approaches the door and gives a few weak knocks. Footsteps pitter-patter from the other side, and suddenly the door opens. Hello, how can I help you? That's us. The man is surprised. A real person came to the door. His face is hard to read, in a way the man can't describe. Is this your cottage? Can you help me, please? My arm. Druga scans him up and down. Then, after a moment, he nods his head and gestures for him to enter. So far, the art style is phenomenal. It's almost a painted-like feel. And I say almost. Yeah, self-voicing enabled. There is no voicing that I'm seeing. So why would there be a self-voicing option? I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. Upon entering, the man noticed medicine cabinets lined the walls, along with various jars and bottles filled with herbs. There was something bubbling on the stove, but the fire isn't on. On the counter is what appears to be a miniature table set with chairs. Perhaps the young man collects miniature figurines. Miniature furniture. God, I'm not awake. Apologies. The man sinks into the couch, taking caution not to stress his wounded arm. The fragrant smell is even stronger now, and it helps to calm his nerves. He's beginning to regret his forced trek. He didn't have any supplies, and the deeper he went, it was as though he lost all sense of direction. Well, from what I've gathered, there's a faith like 4, so it kind of makes sense at that point. You gotta get turned around easily then. The young man returns with a bucket and cloth to dress the wound. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been here. Is there a town nearby? My car broke down in the middle of the highway. No, we are alone here. This forest is dangerous for you to travel. I'd advise you come back the way you came. This was a half-truth. If the man continued east past the river brook, he would eventually encounter a small farm town, but not before trespassing goblin territory. The man looks down, helpless, at his limp arm. I know that now. I'm not in any shape to turn back. Can I please stay here for a night? I can pay you. I don't need any payment. Regardless, you're welcome to stay if you'd like. The man lets out a sigh of relief. It saves him the attempt of trying to survive out in the wilderness alone. I promise, I'll be out of your hair by morning. Druga loops the cloth around the man a final time and finishes dressing the wound. He stands up. Druga eyes the man. Druga eyes the man, ushering him to follow him. They enter a room off to the right of the cottage, and the low ceiling immediately feels claustrophobic. This is the bathroom. At first, the words don't register in the man's mind. His face crumples in confusion. The toilet is merely a hole carved into a rectangular box connected to the wall. This is an outhouse. Is there a place to wash up? There's a bucket of water and soap. Druga points to said objects located in the corner of the room, and there's a drain denting. Sorry, I'm not awake. My eyes aren't working properly. And there's a drain denoting the whole bathroom is the shower. Sorry. I really need to actually clean my god dang eyes. Okay. Bit better. Scratching the back of his head, the man doesn't say anything out of courtesy. After all, this was a cottage in the middle of nowhere. Beggars can't be choosers. Before the man can ask any more questions, Druga has already exited the room. He turns into a narrow corner through the left wall. When the man catches up, he sees two beds side by side, each other. The one furthest from the door appears queen-sized, while the other twin-sized. This is the bedroom. You can stay here in the meantime. Drew gestures to the twin-sized bed. This is where I sleep. Since this is the only bedroom, I hope the privacy isn't a problem. No, it should be fine. I have nothing to hide. You must be tired. Please rest up well. I'll make some tea. While you settle in, do you like Earl Grey? Hey, we have Earl Grey actually here. It's tea, yeah. I mean, I don't drink it all the time, but yeah, it's here. We have it. It's nice. Yeah, that would be nice. The man sits on the edge of the bed. He couldn't believe his luck finding such a kind-hearted person. He can hear Druga making tea from the other room. It smells nice, and the man is tempted not to walk over and check on the tea right then and there. Not long after, Druga returns and sets the tea set down by the table next to him. It didn't occur to him until now, but why is someone so young living all alone in a dangerous forest? He studies his face. It's quaint, just like the cottage. His eyes are large and face amazingly symmetrical. Helplessly, it occurs to him that this person is really attractive. Suddenly, Druga places a hand on the man's forehead. You feel a bit hot. Maybe you should lie down. The man feels his face heat up, and he recoils from Druga's hand. Yeah, I'm hot. I mean, you're hot. Shit. I think I need to rest. I must have hit my head on the fall. That's not what I meant. But if you feel a fever coming on, let me know right away. For now, I'll give you some privacy. So things are just sped up a lot. Druga leaves the bedroom. Once alone, the man briefly closes his eyes and lets out a sigh. What the hell am I doing? He reaches for the cup of tea and sips the Earl Grey. It calms his mind, and it tastes exactly as Earl Grey should. The man isn't sure if it tastes good because it is good, or if his terrible circumstances made it tastier by comparison. After drinking his fill, the man shuffles into the bed and drifts off to sleep. When the man wakes up, the bed beside him is empty. He rolls off, and immediately every muscle in his body betrays him. Ouch, ouch, damn it. This is what I get for falling off a ledge. Yeah, no kidding. There's a pleasant smell coming from the kitchen. The man walks toward Druga, looming over his short but stocky frame. He sees that he's pan-frying mushrooms and scrambling eggs over a stove. 2 plates already have biscuits and jam on them. They smell so good. Can I bring these plates over? Druga swats his hand away like a mother on an eager child. No, sit down. Don't worry about it. Okay. Awkwardly, the man goes to sit down on the couch in the living room. The coffee table already has glasses of water, so he idly drinks. Druga joins him in the rocking chair across from him and sets down the plates. The two sit in silence until the man finishes the last of his biscuits. They may be talking, but I got an itchy ear. How are you feeling? Everything's sore, but I'm not dying. I think I'll be okay, but I've been wondering for a while now. When I open my phone, the GPS doesn't work. It's really weird. How am I supposed to find my way back like this? Phone? How would that help you back? For the first time, the man notices an unused rotary phone sitting on a coffee table behind Druga, and he considers that he may have actually been transported back in time. Never mind. I'm still really sore. Is it okay if I stay here a little longer, actually? Druga frowns. His face is contemplative, which causes the man to fidget nervously. Did he overstay his welcome? It's fine, but let me check on your injuries. Druga moves to sit beside the man. He carefully grabs his arm to check the cloth that was tied the day before and begins to replace it. A bucket of clean towels had replaced the bloody. A bucket of clean towels had replaced the bloody ones from the night before. Sorry, that got twisted in my mind for some reason. Druga is already grabbing for a fresh cloth that he had prepared. By the way, I don't think I ever got your name. My name is Druga. Druga Nylia. Neelan. Sorry, Neelan. I haven't ever heard of a name like that. Neelan. Not bad, but Neelan. I'm an apothecary. Man, an apothecary? You don't see those anymore. I'm Michael. It's nice to meet you. Likewise. If you continue north of this cottage, that should be the way out of Rosen Ward. Any other direction leads deeper into the forest, and I fear that it's unsafe for you. That's really cryptic. What's out there? Well, like goblins, fae, ghosts, probably dragons. Man-eating slimes. You name it, probably it's out there. So yeah, just foxes and bears. Generally, they stay away from humans, but one can never be too careful. Of course, that makes sense. Do you live alone in this cottage? Must be tough for one person. It's not bad. This is home. As the conversation continues, Michael finds himself getting lost in Druga's earnest amber eyes. It hurts him to imagine that he lives all alone in such a dangerous place. Well, being alone can be actually a fine thing, honestly. At least in my opinion. He brushes his wounded arm against Druga's. If I'm ever in a pinch, do you think I could see you again? Next time I'll be more prepared, and I could even show you what it's like outside of this place. You're free to visit me again if you're hurt, but I'm well acquainted with Rosenward Forest. No, I mean outside of the forest. I think there's a whole world you're missing out on. Sorry, a little gassy apparently is coming up the top end. Apologies. Now Michael is holding Druga's hand with his good hand. There's a peculiar gleam in his eye. It's a shame that a beauty such as yourself is holed up in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I appreciate the sentiment since the character here, but no, that we just met, no. That's kind of you. I can't leave. I mean, I shouldn't. Nevertheless, nervously, Druga attempts to pull away from Michael, but the reddening of his face tells Michael a different story. The man pulls forward with his lips puckered. That's a little far, to be honest. It's like, we don't even know each other's a little far. Drew can feel his words recede into his stomach. Why is it so hard to speak all of a sudden? This is going fast. I didn't even know this. I was just here for a fun little Fae adventure herbal game. Michael rests his hand on Druga's shoulder and pulls him closer. Druga's heart hammers dreadfully against his ribcage. Just before Michael and Druga's lips meet, the front door swings open. Hey, a goblin, I think. Though you have a mushroom. Is that a hat or a head? Druga, I got the dried hemlock that you needed. Get your filthy hands off him. Both Druga and Michael freeze at the sight of the goblin. This is so loud. Turn that down. Actually, turn it back up here. Preferences. Music. It says voice volume. There is no voices. This was loud. Yeah, both Druga and Michael freeze at the sight of the goblin. The creature brandishes a machete dull red with use and throws it at Michael's head. Michael manages to just barely dodge the machete as it crashes into a lamp, but not before the goblin pulls out a dagger and pins him to the wall by his shirt. The goblin is just shy of 4 feet, but that doesn't stop him from cowering in fear. Is this a robbery? The hell are you doing here, punk? I got lost, and so I needed somewhere to stay. Bullshit, I saw you getting handsy back there. If you got a... what was that? Elegy? Eluding, hand it over. Okay. Druga quickly intervenes by sandwiching himself between the two. Kalfka, okay. Kalfka, stop. He's telling the truth. You're scaring him. The apothecary removes the dagger, pinning Michael's shirt, and the man fight or flight instincts finally kick in. He bolts from the scene through the door that Kalfka kicked open. Hey, come back here. I'm not done with you yet. Okay, this was a huge turn of events. Entertaining, though. But this is a really nice looking house, to be honest. I hit a key. I didn't mean to. Kalfka and Druga briefly chased after Michael, but he's already disappeared into the horizon. Auto got turned on. No, I don't want auto. No auto. Damn. How'd he run off so fast? Longer legs. That's probably it. Are you okay? I swear, if that human hurt you, I'll rip his spine from his... So am I like not human then? Am I like a Fae apothecary? That'd be cool. No, I'm okay, Kalfka. he was a guest. If anything, Druga had hoped the evening didn't permanently traumatize Michael. Some of his belongings were still in the living room. He looked really suspicious though, and he looked scared, and you looked scared. I was just surprised because he suddenly, Drew gets embarrassed thinking about the moment and can't bring himself to say it aloud. He was flirting with me. Oh. What a coward. If he really liked you, he would have stayed and defended you. Kafka, you had a knife. You had knives. Yeah, and I would have kicked his ass. My statement still stands, though. I gotta agree with the goblin here. Kind of has a point. But I'm gonna save real quick. Empty slot number 1 saved. Mind you, we have these for some reason. Auto save and quick save. Okay, and we go back there. We got page 1, which is our save. That is awesome. I've never seen a Renpai game actually have an auto save feature or a quick save. That is so brand new to me. Well, I'm glad to see that this is coming along well. Well, I'm going to leave the episode here. Thank you for watching this episode of A Cottage Story. It's a demo, so I'll have to upload it labeling as a demo. But hopefully it's actively a great game, and if so, I'll potentially actually get a full copy of it. Well, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, wish to let me know of any game you'd like to see me play, and I hope to see you in another video.